kiss to her neck, see what that do. And her legs to the back, see what that do.
Coming up to the stage right now, Panelist. DJ Sexy Lex in the building. DJ Marquise holding it down. Team Fab, calling Team Fab. My man J-Dog. Lil Cali in the building. Let's get it. Oh yeah. We're gonna get some introductions right here. We're gonna kick this panel off. Talking about new changes in the business in 2013, brand new year, brand new strategies, brand new things to be concerned about. So first of all, we'll start on this side. Just turn this mic down just a little bit for me.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Introduce yourself, tell them what you do, how you do.
I go by the name of DJ Sexy Lex from Lafayette. I'm actually from Lake Charles, but I've been living in Lafayette for like the last 9 years. Been in radio since I was 13. I'm 30 now, so you know I got some years on them. You know what I mean?
Still the same height?
Yeah, I never grew, man. I was born this way. I came out 5'5". With shoes on and shit. No, man. But yeah, man, I've been doing this thing forever. Clubs, you know, music, all that shit, promote, and now, you know, production, TV ads. You know, we gotta get all the products out. You know what I mean? But that's it. That's what I do.
Next.
What's up, what's up? I am Lil Cali, a.k.a. Pacino. I am from the Ponchatoula area. I was formally signed to Warner Brothers. I just got out my deal like a few months back. So I'm shopping right now. I've been in New York a few times in the past couple weeks. So, you know, new deal on the table. I've been in movies, Video Girl, Making Good. Good Man is hard to find. So I'm expanding my hustle to the Hollywood side. So, you know, it's music and movies right now for me. So that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Up next.
DJ Marquise, I'm from Baton Rouge. I work at Max 94.1. I used to be on the morning show, but Ricky Smiley came in and just fired all the stations, all the morning shows. Fired all the morning shows and you know, the company that I work for. So now they got me doing overnights and doing this, doing that. I got a company with this young lady, we call ourselves Artist Assist. What we do, we help set up companies. We show you how to get your shit registered with BDS, how to put your stuff on iTunes. So we do all the secretarial work because I noticed that's the void in my city. You know, everybody want to do the music, but they don't understand the business aspect. So we setting everything up and just show them everything on black and white. Ain't no handshakes. We do shit the right way. I'm back in the mixtape game. I'm starting this series called A Kite Out of Baton Rouge, and it's going to eventually grow into A Kite Out of Louisiana. So it's showcasing the big dogs, but really I'm trying to find a new artist because radio fucked up in Baton Rouge, so you got to have other avenues to come out. Also, I do something with Wayne and Seth does. I call mine, you know, industry mixer, where I'm bringing in guys like Wayne and cats in Baton Rouge. So it's just about getting artists, producers, DJs in one spot. And I have real questions. You know, some people kind of scared to come to my panels because I don't hold back and I got tape to prove it. Even my coworkers get shitted on, and I'm just, hey, it is what it is. So, you know, then I'm doing the video mixing. So I'm about to bring in another show when BK Green, like this show, is going to be a mix show on TV that I'm just mixing videos every day. So that's it. I'm hustling.
Yeah, it is DJ Marquise.
Guys, what's up? Go by the name of DJ Fab from Market City, home of Patterson area, Franklin. We cover all that, pretty much from Lafayette to New Orleans. Been on the radio for like 5 years, program director, got Team Fab we started, pretty much to where we, you know, pushing, you know, hot promotion team to where we doing the footwork for you, you know, you guys out there. And also, you know, we have radio as well. So it's pretty much a well-balanced team to where, you know, pretty much just all promotion. So, you know, get at me, DJ Fab 105.9.
KBZE.
Is this working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. I'm John J. Dog Shaw with Selecto Hits Music Distribution in Memphis. Been with them since February of 1995. We are America's oldest continuously operated music distributor. At one time, we distributed 78 RPM records and 45 singles. We are now a digital uploader to iTunes, to eMusic, Rhapsody, and many other sites. We still do some CD and vinyl distribution as well. We also build artist merchandise stores. We do all fulfillment, and we can get the merchandise manufactured as well. So this is something we do.
All right, before you put that mic down, I want you to just, for folks maybe that are just getting off into the game that may not understand the legacy of Selecto, maybe you could tell them some of the artists that you guys have distributed so they can understand some of the biggest artists have come to you guys.
C-Loke, Al Capone, Priority Records, which would include Ice Cube and Master P and a number of other artists that were on Priority. We were one of 5 regional distributors for Priority. We had exclusive rights in 9 southern states. But actually, we took NWA to Priority. They came to Selecto Hits when they left Macola and asked us to carry them, and we were not a national distributor in those days. We were only in 9 southeastern states. So we told them, ironically, that it was beyond our ability to distribute, and we sent them to Mark Cerami at Priority. So that's really how NWA became affiliated with Priority, was through our relationship with Priority. And obviously, we used to carry all of Cash Money. It was part of Gonzalez, which in turn went through us. And same with Big Boy label, same with a number of these things. LOG went through Selecto Hits. Joe Black at one time went through Selecto Hits, either directly or because of the relationships we had with Gonzalez Wholesale up in Gonzalez. And also with Southwest Wholesale. So Mike Jones went through us, ESG, Slim Thug, Zero, K Reno, who still goes through us today, NHC out of Shreveport, Vicious out of Lake Charles, just any number of artists, Max Minnelli, and I can just keep going.
On and on and on. But I just want to know that, you guys are not a fly-by-night organization. You've been around for a long time. So my question to you guys is, it's 2013, brand new year. What kind of new changes do you guys see in the industry? I'm going to start actually with you, Marquise, because your market has actually gone through a number of changes radio-wise. And I know there's changes not only in Baton Rouge, but Lake Charles, even in New Orleans with 102.9, all of them being under Cumulus, and they've kind of decimated you guys' playlist and changed the format. Where do you see these things going, and where do you see the damage that they've done? Because it looked like they've destroyed a whole movement of music in Baton Rouge.
I mean, they Cumulus, they philosophy is no matter where you are in America, you're gonna know their stations. They don't really play the local music. They play the hits. They're not into developing artists. They play the hits. They can't take chances on trying to develop something because it's really about time spent listening. So when they go sell the product, where we have such listening this many hours a day, this, that, and the other. So every time you put on Max or Power 102 or whatever station that's Cumulus on, they want you to hear a star. That's why you're going to hear Beyonce. That's why you're going to hear Drake. That's why you're going to hear Lil Wayne. They want a proven star. So they find their stars and they get behind.
Justin Bieber, Katy Perry.
Justin Bieber, LMFAO. That's what they are, because everybody Pitbull. So every time you turn on the radio, you're going to hear a star. To the average consumer, you might not understand it, but the bigger picture is people only listen for so long, and then they turn their radio to something else. So you always have somebody new tuning in every so many minutes. So they want you to be familiar with the artist. So with Baton Rouge, saying that, Baton Rouge just changed like overnight. So now we don't have that outlet because, we got to give props to Tweezer. However he did, whatever, he showed love to the local artists. We had the local show, the Down South Improv, and the last one was when Earl was doing his Sunday night show. We was putting artists on. So now you got to go back to day one. You got to go out here and shake hands. You got to go put these CDs or MP3s, however you getting the music, to the DJs. And I suggest all artists is a way to get at the DJs. Get them at the beginning of the night. Help them bring their music. Bring it in their crates, which is, CDs or whatever. Introduce yourself. Don't come in the middle of the night with my CD and I wanted you to play it and it's 12 o'clock. So you got to do that. You got to work social network. It's what I call the mind fuck. It's the mind fuck, up and down. Because it's not, it's sad, it's not about talent no more, it's all about your hustle and your drive. It's a lot of talented guys that don't have the work ethic and they sitting at their mama house. And then you got some people like, how the fuck he got on?
Right.
He had a work ethic. I'm gonna give you an example. Rest in peace, Nussie. Nussie was probably one of the worst rappers that ever came out of Baton Rouge, but he was the next to blow before he got killed. For y'all don't know, Nussie was like the Soulja Slim of Baton Rouge. The shit that he was rapping about, he was actually doing it.
Yes.
If he said he murked the nigga, he really did murk the nigga and beat the charge. So it's the work ethic. You gotta get out here and you gotta do what the average person not doing. You gotta get out the mud. So in layman's terms, to all my D-boys on the street, take the dope game and apply it to the music business, you'll win.
Right, and you gotta build those relationships with the DJs too. Get to know them, you know what I'm saying? All DJs not looking for money. I'm not one of those cats, but like if I believe in your record, I'm gonna get behind you. I met him like years ago, and he didn't really have a hit, but I fuck with his music, you know what I'm saying? And he's still cool to this day, you know what I'm saying? So we had talked, 2 years? But he said, I got a record. I said, give it to me, it's on. Because we got that relationship,
And Fab, what do you see changing in your area?
Really, I don't have too many changes in my area because, like I always say, we more like a moms and pops type, radio station. So we're not really into the corporate to where we have these type of guidelines to where, if your music hot, you got a relationship with the program director or the DJs or whatever, we get your shit on. And it's just like that. We don't have all the, corporate things like, Marquise and different things. And that's the advantages that we have with the moms and pops to where, the corporate, you might have the bigger perks and all that, but then as a lot of decisions that can be made, I wouldn't have to go to a boss or whatever. It could be just something that could be handled right then and get on right there. So that's the advantage of the moms and pops type, And, our listeners 16, 17,000 strong, from Lafayette to New Orleans. So, it speaks for itself. So, and I don't really see too many changes in our area.
Now, I think the important thing out of that is that artists need to identify the type of radio station and DJs that they're bringing their music to.
Exactly.
Because if you bring in a really gutter record to Marquise, there's probably not much he can do with you because you're not Justin Bieber.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And for the record, I cannot do nothing for you on radio.
Talk to him.
I can't do it. I'm not going to even tell you, let me see what I can do. I can't talk to, in the streets, I can help you all day long. That's why, I'm bringing the video show back and all that. But when it comes to that brand, I can't do nothing. I can't even talk to you about what's going on behind, it is what it is. We can't even go out to dinner when it comes to getting your record played on the,
But I think it's important because sometimes cats look at, fucking Marquise, that bitch don't want to fuck with
me. I've been a whole bunch of bitch ass niggas, whole ass niggas, and I ain't never took $1 from a DJ in here to play a record.
But they don't understand that there's a certain protocol. So I think it's important to establish that artists and record labels and CEOs need to know what they're approaching and the business side of it. Whereas a mom and pop record radio station or independent radio station is going to have a whole different protocol from a big company.
It's just like, Peaches and Blockbusters. You can go in Peaches and set up your little plan. You just can't go in Blockbusters like that. It's corporation versus mom and pop.
Right.
You can move around. You got more flexibility.
Corporate record stores are going to go away, and I'm not sure that's a bad thing. But yeah, eventually it's going to be just a handful of mom and pops that exist. The formats are changing too. As far as physical formats are going, the shift is definitely toward vinyl. And
Towards vinyl?
Toward vinyl. Most people don't buy anything physical any longer. But those who do are more loyal to the vinyl format than to the CD format. And most of the new record stores that are opening, like the store that just opened in Shreveport a few months ago, Day Old Records, or the one that just opened in Jackson, Mississippi, Morning Bell, they're almost vinyl exclusively. These new stores that are opening up are pretty much strictly vinyl. So as far as physical goods are going, I see the trend is more toward vinyl, but that's a very niche market. There, vinyl sales are up, but that's a very niche market. People who think digital is going to take up the slack are in for a rude awakening too, because it's not happening. These kids think that music should not cost them anything, and they are stealing it. Let's just be honest. That's what's going on. They're going on blogs. They're downloading the music without paying for it. Or if they've got something of a conscience, then they're just doing Spotify and they're streaming everything. They don't see the need to own it. It's not important to them to own it. Their little phones are only 4 to 6 gigs. They don't have room for all this music to be stored. So they just pay their $9.99 a month and make their Spotify playlists, and they stream everything. So it's really, as far as making money from music, I'm not very hopeful. I think that we've kind of passed that. That's passed us by. We're not going to go back to a model where people can make money from their music. That's just not going to happen. You're going to have to use the music as a entry point to other revenue streams, because we're having to do that. We're selling ball caps and t-shirts and even styrofoam cups that say "We Trippy Main" on them, because basically they can't be digitally downloaded and people are willing to buy that.
I just want to hear you say it again. We trippy, man.
Well, we have the exclusive right to all Juicy J and DJ Paul artist merch. And basically, that stuff sells. But we were forced to do that in one sense because you can't sell the music anymore. You can't get people to pay for it. Even if you could get people to pay for it, we have that condition in Lake Charles right now. I mean, we can get our music played. You look at the playlist of both stations in Lake Charles, and we see 5, 6 different things we distribute on both stations, all for nothing, because there are no places in Lake Charles where anyone can buy a compact disc. Not a single place in a city of 230,000 people. Sam Goody's closed about a year to the day after it ran Nate's out of business. So the mom and pop closed, then a year later the corporate closed. Now there's no place in Lake Charles where you can buy CDs, at least not legitimately.
Well, I'm going to add to that. I just did a deal with Chevy, right? So, I get different whips from Chevy, but the new Camaros, along with a number of the other cars, don't have a CD player in them. No CD player. That's an extra that you have to buy when you buy the car.
But I also think that the industry is going to be in for a rude awakening. And in fact, I think one of the reasons that sales are down is that they're trying to force this change to digital on people, very much like they forced a switch from vinyl to CD.
To cassettes.
And
cassettes to disc.
Basically, people didn't like being forced into the different format then, and I don't think they like it now. And I think the vinyl resurgence is sort of a reaction from those who say, no, you're not going to force me to go on iTunes. I'm not going to do it. But whether there's enough of those people to keep record stores viable is the question. And that's what I don't really know. So, I think the future is somewhat uncertain. But one thing I will tell you is, as an artist, hang on to your revenue streams. You're foolish if you give up a 360 deal. In a world where music does not sell anymore, and the real money is in all those other revenue streams like show revenue and merch and book deals and movie deals, it's no wonder the major labels want their chunks of that. But that doesn't mean it makes sense for you to give them that. Yeah, they want it. They want to stay in business at your expense.
What changes do you see in 2013?
Well, the first thing that I seen, and this was just 2 weeks ago when I went to New York and had a meeting with Epic or whatever. So the main thing they was driving on was just what he was saying. They want some of your show money. They want some of your merchandising. They want anything you do. So if I'm in a movie and I'm signed to them, they want some of that money. If I go out and do a 30-city tour, they want some of that money. So it's like, if I don't agree to that, then the deal probably won't get done. You feel what I'm saying? So they put a padlock on the shit where it's like, all right, either you gonna do this or you gonna stay independent. It's your choice. You feel what I'm saying? So it done changed a lot, because my first situation, I was in a 4-album deal with Warner Brothers. And so it was, they didn't come at me by no 360 and all that. I caught the first wave, the last wave of that 360 was starting. So I ain't get that. But right now, like the labels I'm talking to now, shit, that's all they talk about, 360. You gotta do that. You don't have to, but you know what I'm saying?
Tell them where they can go with their lousy rip-off deal.
Yeah.
If they want you that bad, they'll change the contract. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true, but a lot of the rappers, a lot of y'all favorite rappers that y'all listen to on the radio who getting all this money, they in a 360.
Yeah,
Future, he in a 360 because I was talking to the man who he signed this deal through. So all the boys in 360, you think they ain't finna just blow you up overnight and have you getting all this money without them getting none. So if you could survive independently without using them, yeah, I would say don't do it. But if they gonna put you on another level where you can see money you never seen before, it's a different story. It's like, it's up in the air, it's on you.
You gotta pick your poison.
Yeah, you gotta pick your poison.
I don't think they can do that anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not think that the major labels have the power to change your life and put you on, as you called it, another level any longer.
The Illuminati does.
They're desperately trying to keep their head above water. They are desperately. EMI was basically
let me
broke.
ask you
They
this
had to
question.
sell out to Universal.
Like, J-Dog, I completely believe in your principle, but how do you tell a young man or a young lady that's an artist that's been living in the ghetto, in the slums, their whole fucking life? I ain't never really worked before, maybe only was a D-boy, maybe mama living check to check, crack pipe to crack pipe or whatever, that okay, I'm about to give you all this fame and paper, but you really shouldn't do a 360. I mean, how do you balance that? I mean, I understand the principle, but there's also a real life reality that a lot of cats ain't never had nothing before.
Well, the thing about that too is that I guess music is an art, and creating music is a creative process. Is a creative.
Oh, you
art
think
process.
Chief Keef is an art?
No,
I
not
don't.
but not everybody. Well,
Now that was overnight.
with the absence of A&R reps, people are being allowed in that should not be allowed in. I mean, we all know this. The A&R job wasn't just to let talent in; it was to keep whackness out. But
I know.
That was beautiful.
But when you get rid of the A&Rs, which they've pretty much gotten rid of, there's really no such thing as A&R anymore. People are now, YouTube can make somebody a hit because kids are now the A&R, and they don't know the difference between whackness and dope. Most of them don't know what hip hop is. They think it means you rap, but you're from New York. I mean, and you don't. All that to say that I don't feel like you should be getting into music because it's a quick ticket out of a bad situation. It might be a quick ticket out of a bad situation, but most of the ones for whom it is, there's something there. No matter how grimy and ghetto C. Loke's lyrics was, C. Loke was a talented MC who not only was talented himself, but he was also an excellent businessman to the standpoint of launching the careers of a whole roster of youngsters up under him that he mentored and helped bring up. And so, that's what we had. But I don't think he got into it saying, this is going to get me out of a bad situation and change my life. I think he enjoyed rhyming and rapping. I think he enjoyed doing what he did, and that he could get paid for it was simply an added blessing. And I think when you look at most of the young people back in the earliest generations of rap who were talented, who succeeded, they didn't get into it because of the money.
They got into it because of the art form of rapping and the enjoyment that it brought them, and then they found out they could get paid for it. All it is I want to get paid. And so, yeah, for them, you can't tell them anything. You can't tell them, wait, keep your ownership in your music and stay independent so that nobody's running you, forcing you to make music that glorifies black-on-black crime, drug sales, and violence. But all they want is the money. And, you know, one of them the other day, I won't name him, but y'all may know what I'm talking about, new, sudden, out-of-nowhere cat. As much as admitted in an interview that it's all about the money with him. I'm gonna rap this stuff and get paid. Well, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. But no wonder we're in the situation we're in today, and no wonder music isn't selling like it used to.
When y'all having 50 motherfuckers with y'all on the road, put 40 of them to work. Get your merchandise tape. Fuck all that Gucci and all that. Put something on that they can buy. Like, okay, you like this shirt? Go over there and buy my shit at the end of the store, because it's all about the merchandise now. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. What's the Tech 9? Don't have not one record on the radio, but this motherfucker make 11 million a year. He cleared 11 million last year. And the majority of that money is coming from merchandise. Guys, step up your merchandising game. You know what I'm saying? Put certain things in your record that you like, okay, I can rap about this, then I can go to the machines and they can print up about 1,000 of these and I can sell this at the end of the. And then when they sell it after the show, don't be Hollywood unless you got a contract on your head. Go out there and fuck with the people. Take some pictures. Instagram. That's your best friend. As they buy your stuff, thank them. Merchandise, that's all I gotta say.
Use it, it's free. You know, you can't lose with YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, like all that stuff they said. You really gotta use that to get your audience, and then go out to the clubs and figure out where your audience at. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of cats come to the clubs and just assume that it's up to the DJ to make them famous. They think we play the record and that's it. That's all they need. You need to actually get out there and find out who really fucking with you, who's checking out your views, where they at, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Just to add to it, what Marquise and Lex were saying, that's pretty much it. You have to brand your name and market your product, and that's what it's about. You know, the same way we go to Walmart and look on the shelves and you know, items and different things. You have to brand yourself. You know, you got to consider yourself a product. So whatever it is you're out there pushing, whether it's music or whatever, you know, the same way as the Deep Boys or whatever, you apply that. You brand your product. You know, and once you brand that, you make, you know, motherfuckers want it. Bottom line. So. That's about it, just bring your product.
Your social media is a measure, is a gauge. If you let it do what it does, that will tell you where you are or where you're not and where you need to be. But that only is true if you don't tamper with it. And what I mean by that is...
They just busted the big boys.
Yeah. These folks start coming up talking about get thousands of Twitter followers.
For $5.
Yeah. And what ultimately happens is your Twitter account sends me these stupid messages about, look, someone's posting dreadful things about you.
And that's bullshit.
Right. And that came because some artists, it's always an artist with me anyway, probably clicked on one of those get thousands of followers quick. Don't do it, because even if it works, it doesn't, because now you look like you're hot and you're not. You don't even know where you are anymore because you've tampered with the process.
I don't think World Star is a good place to be either, because I feel like some of those views aren't real. I mean, you can't prove that those views aren't real, but you got a YouTube page, you got a YouTube channel, you know those views are real.
YouTube being paid for now. They paying for
Oh shit, well then fuck YouTube. I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, World Star, I know for the longest.
And you buy hits.
Was robbing it.
You buy hits.
You can find out on World Star when you look at them comments.
Hell yeah. Like, who the fuck is this? They're like, and then, I mean, you got a million hits.
It don't matter how many hits you got, but how many comments you got.
Right.
People talk about how white you are.
If you fight with somebody, put that shit on World Star and just put your label at the end of it or something like that. I mean, because that's they gonna look at that shit.
And you make the World Star a whole lot of money.
Right, you're right.
They brand so strong now. The same me and Wayne start fighting and he's filming.
Yup.
He's gonna say World Star.
Shit, Marquis, I've been knowing you, over 20 years? Shit, Selecto Hits. I've been doing this shit since 1993. I started off a trade with Smoke on Ruckus. We were the first people to bring No Limit on the West Bank and the Gretna Greens. I was the first person with a P&D deal with Alico Records, you know what I'm saying, two of the records. And a lot of people didn't know what a P&D deal was. The P&D deal was the first thing that Master P had when he raped Ferrari, basically. You know, he put his own fucking money up, he believed in himself, basically the independency thing, like y'all talking about. When you bring yourself to where no matter what you do, even if somebody else wants you, make them accept your fucking brand the way it is. You know, if there's a dent in that motherfucking car, that's how you bought that motherfucker. Don't do no like you said, 360 is cool. I mean, you want to be famous and this and that, cool. They will do all that, but they will rape you. Look at, if you got a $30,000 show, you going on with 8,000. That ain't no fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, with merchandising and this and that, it's just a whole different day. And like Marquis said, it just ain't the same way it used to be with radio, the way it used to be, because it's just a whole different ballgame. I gotta apologize to Wild Wayne. Honestly, I've been doing this shit. He know how long I've been doing this bullshit. But I used to always think that, nigga, give me a favor, fuck Wayne. I gotta do this for me, do that for me. And realistically, he had a boss, a program director. He had somebody he had to answer to. You know, if he could give you love, he could. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was a fucking label. While I was out here doing that street shit. I wanted what the fuck I wanted, when I wanted. Wayne couldn't give it to me. And I felt like, man, fuck Wayne. Now, I'm just going to apologize to Wayne, but Wayne was really doing what Wayne was doing. You know what I'm saying? He had a pause. I was one of the first people on Fat and all that. Like, I didn't really understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? When you out here doing that street shit and you, look, nigga, look, I got a couple of dollars, give me this, I want that. And it just don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Big Easy Distributing was out. Matt used to work with y'all, you know. I remember every fucking body. Like I said, I've been around for a long time. So
J.D. Jennings was at Big Easy.
That
was actually with Gonzalez.
Yeah, with Gonzalez.
We were friendly with him.
We're Bob Dart now. So I'm starting to tell on myself, starting to tell my age. But I've been around for a while, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some of the best from Big Boy, Take Four, just everybody. And basically what these people are really telling y'all is the fucking truth. The music industry has changed a whole lot, but y'all really don't understand. Y'all got more control of y'all industry and y'all business, basically. Y'all self-control than ever before. But y'all gotta take care of y'all business now and make it happen. Stop relying on all the radio program directors and this and that, yada, yada, yada. Take matters in your own hand. Y'all really have more control over everything. Man, Seth used to go head to head on shit. I mean, I can apologize to a lot of people because I didn't know. I was an ignorant motherfucker because I wanted what the fuck I'm telling y'all the truth. Money Mike Willis wanted what he wanted. So what I did was when radio took what I wanted from me, I branded myself. I started doing clubs, branded myself. I started doing Super Sunday events, I branded myself. I started taking the streets. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, and we're gonna do the same thing. So right now, like they just said, don't trip off of, don't let that one wall stop you from believing in music. Music is the universal language. It is the truth. You can make money off of it. But y'all gotta figure out how to become business people and make money off of it. Stop giving y'all shit away. Find a way to really make y'all shit vital. Make money off of it. Stop giving it away. Stop downloading these beats that y'all can't fucking use. You can't fucking set it up for digital download and everything. You don't even know who the fuck you bought the beat from. Get y'all business together, y'all. Everything these people just said up here is correct.
You know, I heard a lot of shit you heard when y'all was talking, but as an artist, you know, it sounded like y'all telling the nigga they don't need to rap or nothing.
No.
You hear me?
No.
I'm just giving you from, you know, like y'all say Buku Gang, don't get me wrong. But it was like all depressing shit. Like you heard the CDs going out. Let me just finish, you heard? You know, it was the digital downloads and all, you know, it was just all bad shit, you feel me? But like, you know, I eat in this business, you heard me? You know, I get money, you feel me? And they got a lot of niggas who get money. You feel me? From DJs or whatever, you know the shit, your morning show go, whatever, you go get some money another way. You feel me? And so, like, I'm an optimistic person too. I don't give a fuck what happened, what door closed, whatever happened. You know, I'm about to go get another door, another entrance to that motherfucker, you heard me? And so, I need to hear some positive shit, you heard me right quick? You heard me? Because out here I'm hearing, oh, nigga, you need to do jazz or some shit.
What I think we was trying to say is pretty much stay dependent on your brain and control your shit. You know, it's like Level just booked himself at Homer. And was like, man, I made a shitload of money. I'm like, you just figured that out? Like, you've been making money off you. And he just realized that he can do that. The Zydeco artists do it all the time. Book the venue, put up their own sound, and make all the money at the door, all the money at the bar. However they work out their deal. You gotta be in control of your destiny. We ain't telling you to just go get signed and all that shit, because that's when you get fucked. But if you do it on your own, I mean, you can't lose.
I think it's important. Nobody's saying that people shouldn't rap. What we are saying, what I'm saying is, you should not rap if your only motive in doing so is to make financial profit. That's what I'm saying, because your raps will reflect that fact and it won't be pretty. So this is an art form. This is an art form, just like playing a saxophone, just like painting a picture, just like sculpting something out of clay. This is art. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be painting a sign on the wall of the building, buy Coca-Cola. And you should do, your heart has to be in this. We got too many people that are making rap music that are going through the motions, leading to motion sickness. They go through the motions and it makes me sick. And it needs to stop. You need to reach down inside yourself. If you really so dope, fine, rap about it. But don't graduate from University of Louisiana Monroe with a degree in political science, then tell people that you dropped out of high school and became a thug and a goon and you move in major weight.
But those stories
also,
can't be told.
Yeah, because
I like that type of rap sometimes.
If you go through those things, you could tell those stories if you'd have lived it or whatever, or been around it. You might not have been through it, but your brother might have been through it, who's doing time in jail. Your uncle might have been through it. And it's like, if you go to school for 8 years, if you going to school to be a surgeon, if you go do a heart transplant on somebody, that's an art. But you still want to get paid. Tell me you're going to go work in the hospital for 18 hours for free.
No, I'm not saying you don't get paid. I'm saying that your motive, your heart is in it. You do this and not civil engineering, for example, because this is what you love as a musician, as a rapper, as an artist, as a creative person, as a poet, because rap is poetry.
But I think where you draw the line is that some people want to be artists.
Right.
But some just want to be entertainers.
True.
And there's a difference.
Yeah.
Because think about all the actors out there that ain't never did none of the shit that they portray in a movie.
Right.
So it can be a different thing. But nonetheless, I understand both sides of your points of view. But this is the deal, and I'm going to kind of sum it up from what I see, is that there's money out there. There's a lot of money out there.
Just got to figure out
But control your own paper and don't give this shit away for somebody else to do. So whether you a DJ, go get your money. Whether you an artist, go get your money. Whether you a distribution company, go get your money. Don't give it all away. There's too much giving away right now. And that's what's messing up this whole formula right now, is the whole streaming. Streaming is the worst ever. It's less than a penny on some of that an artist gets for every play. That's crazy. People give out tons of CDs. Why not charge $1 for them? People pay 99 cents on the street for a CD copy. But imagine if you did 10,000 of them that you only spent like 2,500 on.
Right.
You'd have made 10 stacks. Artists make hits and stop making songs.
Yeah.
Make a hit.
Y'all need to stop making mixtapes too. Turn them mixtapes into an album. I know an artist right now in Baton Rouge, signed his life over. All he had to do was turn in 3 albums. He did 6 mixtapes. Out the 6 mixtapes, 4 of them all original music. Stop doing all these damn mixtapes. Put out an album. put that shit up on iTunes. Because if you take somebody else's beat and you trying to go up iTunes, they got Jew lawyers at these major corporations, and their job is to be on these social networks. And speaking of social networks, y'all know the police and the feds on there, right? You know the police and the feds on Instagram.
So stop taking pictures
and on Twitter. Don't have a pound of weed and you living in New Orleans saying this is what I do all day long. And then when your ass go to court, they putting out all the evidence, but you saying your partner ratted on you. Just be mindful. The police and the feds on Instagram and Twitter.
And most of y'all posting the pictures before y'all go to the club and saying, we about to hit up such and such tonight. Bam.
And you know the police in there, right?
Right. They outside.
You're a convicted felon and you got 2 choppers on you.
Wondering how they know.
No, just be mindful.
Any other questions from our audience? All right, well, that being said, I want to thank all you guys for your time. Give it up for all our panelists right here.